Yes, you read the title right. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to become a software engineer based on like just my personal experience, being a college student and then getting an internship in college at Citibank. And then like over, 5 years, moving from Citibank to a Fortune 1 company now. And the deal with this is that like by the end of the video, you're going to know exactly what you need to do in order to become a software engineer, whether you haven't coded from zero, whether you're like just a vibe coder and you want to maybe get into the field, whether you're a college student and like you're, you got the qualifications, but you just can't, you're just stuck, you don't have it. Or whether you're just stuck grinding Leetcode problems or, you're trying to reach and pass your first system design interview. And the reason that I made this website is because I want this to be as simple as possible. I want this to be like Dave Ramsey's like baby steps where it's just like step 1, you do this, step 2, do this, step 3, do this. And I'm going to change the website a bit because I think it's a little bit ugly, but I just wanted to be very, very simple. And that's what we're going to break down in this video. So let's get into it. Starting from level 0, right? So level 0, step 1, like you don't code at all. You don't really do anything. You're just kind of existing in the plane of existence we call life. There's not really a whole lot you have to do to reach this. And you can just sit there and just like not do anything, right? And that's perfectly fine. You don't have to actually, kind of do any of that stuff. And if you're wondering again, like, okay, why should I listen to you? Or, what does it even mean? And, I don't know, whatever. So I actually coach people to get jobs, just showing them the exact same path that I did, just walking through exactly what I'm going to show you in this video actually. And if this strategy helped out of like 6 software engineers that did this, I give 5, but one of them's actually just had a job offer. So I think he's going to be up here soon on the board. The average person, the median, got it in like 38 days, and which is insane because this is the worst job market. Apparently this is the hardest thing to do. When I started job hunting in January 1st, and I was like, I'm going to leave Columbia and like move over. It took me about 40 days to get my offer from Walmart. And anyways, I have these same people who are also doing the same thing. Some of them have 1 year of experience, some of them have 3 years, and they were able to convert. So I'm really super happy about that, and I'll make a video about this later. But for now, let's just go through this actual kind of like thing here. So first is that you are not doing anything. You don't code, you don't even do anything, right? So you are at level 0. A lot of you guys probably aren't, but if you are just sitting in the plane of existence in life, you were born as a baby, you are level 0. You don't have coding skills, you've never coded. And like, how do you get over this is, have you ever coded? Well, then you're level 1. Congratulations. You are level 1. You just code something. Doesn't matter if it's vibe code. Doesn't matter if it's, a copy pasting scripts. That's how I started programming, is like I was playing Minecraft when I was 12. I copy pasted some stuff and then boom, boom, bada bing, bada bam. Okay. Do you code at least once a week? Ideally 5 times a week. This may be a surprise to you, but when you get a full-time job, you have to code 5 times a week. And if you are not doing that, that is a very big red flag. Like, I don't know if I'm bursting someone's bubble here, but like you have to code 5 times a week. And if you're not doing that, you're probably in a really bad sign. But if you're not even doing it once a week, you're actually in danger territory. And like, there is no way that you're on level 2. So this should be your priority, right? That you have to if this is your struggle, there's a lot of stuff that's involved with this, which is like, okay, well, are you motivated? Are you, depressed? Are you whatever? Like, are you just not motivated? Are you just distracted? And that's one thing. But like another thing I think helps is just making it fun. So this is why I recommend vibe coding. So like if you're stuck here, like literally just use LLMs to generate code, build out programming, like just basic, kind of stuff. Like just play around, man. Like it doesn't matter what you build, but you just need to get into the habit of coding. And that's what you're going to be at. I mean, you just build it with LLMs, like use Claude Code. You can just literally just tell it how to code for you. You can use Lovable. Doesn't matter. But you're probably going to be here for about, I guess, 1 to 6 months until you can actually like get the experience needed to code. But that only happens from coding. So if I could get someone to code 5 times a week, I'm very confident that they will be job ready in 3 months. I'm very, very confident. Now, if they do it once a week, well, then let's multiply that by 5. And so let's put it out in 2 years, which is, I think that's where a lot of college students are at, just because like you just don't have the volume at all. Cool. Okay. Are you getting interviews? Then you've graduated. You're now at level 3. So if you took the vibe coding advice and you're also slowly weaning yourself off of vibe coding, so you're eventually weaning off, you're coding without it for 20 minutes. You just try to think and solve the problem yourself. Like, don't turn off your brain. Well, then we can step into the next challenge, which is like, are you getting interviews? And if you are not getting interviews, this is the secondary roadblock for a lot of software engineers. So a lot of software engineers hate talking to people. They don't like, their socializing is not, the skills that they were born with or practiced. And so they struggle getting interviews, which is like essentially getting another human to want to give you a job. And it's not a computer algorithm, unfortunately. And this is, I think, what makes it so hard, is that a lot of people think that they can just kind of brute force it. So this is where you get people and they're like, well, I'm going to apply to 1,000 jobs, 100 jobs. Most don't actually ever get to this point where they apply to 100. Most will never, ever reach even 1,000. But there are people who are just like, okay, well, I'm just going to spam apply. So I'm going to go on the internet, I'm going to click some buttons, and then I'm going to get a job. And it's going to pay me tons of money. Unfortunately, like we're past these days, I think. So this isn't really going to help unless you have a really strong candidate. So if you are a senior software engineer with 10 years experience, 5 years experience, well, this can work. And I think you'll convert at about 1%. So if you apply to 100, you'll get one that reaches out to you in this current market. Does it? Now, this is where people are like, oh, the job market's over. I tried clicking buttons and it doesn't work. Nope. there's a whole other ways that you can get job interviews as opposed to just clicking buttons. So the other way is networking, right? So this is where you actually have to talk to another human, unfortunately. Again, I think there's people who are really upset when they had to find out that you can't code once a week to get a job. And I think there's not going to be people who are upset when they're like, you have to talk to another human. That's so gross. And that's the world that we live in. I know, terrible. But if you do it, I think it'll work out for you. You'll get interviews. So networking, like how do you actually network? Well, so you can comment on LinkedIn. So if you comment on people's LinkedIn posts, that's actually a way. You can comment, you can DM them. Just be nice, try to help them out, give them advice. If you're really good at Python from, doing this stuff, you do that. You can even post, build in public. So this is another kind of thing. So build in public. So literally when you're coding this stuff here, you literally just share it with other people and it's helpful. They like it. It's nice to see. And then you can DM recruiters. And then you have the option of joining a community and then just kind of like, talking to people around there, sharing your advice and things like that. If you do all of these, you will get this joining a community will get you referrals. Commenting could also get you referrals if you're commenting to other people. This one can get you referrals. DMing recruiters will just get you direct to the source of actually talking to someone. You got options though. And then you can also obviously go to tech conferences. Go to tech conference, whatever. I put conferences, but you understand the point, I think. If you go to tech conferences, TechCrunch, Disrupt in San Francisco, there's a ton of events for tech where people are just looking for people to hire. If you go to your career fair at your university, stuff like that, you will get interviews if you do this for sure. Because if you get referrals, if you can actually get access to recruiters, like I know a ton of people who this has worked for. I know someone who they applied to 1,000 jobs, heard back from nothing, and then they like started DMing recruiters and got like 5 interviews. And it was like they didn't DM 1,000, they probably DM'd like 50 or 100. So it's just you need to have these people skills, and you only build those by actually doing it. So cool. Okay, so now you've got the interviews. Now we've got you the interviews. You did this. You did it the right way. Now we've got you the interviews. Second thing is, are you passing the HR screen? So when you do get the interview, when you do hop inside the into the call with them, do they move you forward to talk to the hiring manager? If not, well then you're kind of like kind of stuck in the same problem as this, but like you essentially need to tell stories better. You need to highlight your experiences and seem like a strong candidate. And that comes from like talking in as much detail, not super long, but just in deep detail on projects that you built, using keywords that are going to impress the recruiter and things like that. Also, here too is like your resume, obviously. And so you have several people look at your resume, and ideally an actual expert, not your friends, not John from across the street, not Brad, not Chad, not those people, but like have an expert look at your resume, not the random person on the internet that you met on Reddit, someone that at least who's just good, that you confirmed actually good. Are you passing the coding rounds? Are you passing the storytelling rounds, the behavioral rounds? Are you passing those? If you're not passing coding, well, I made this roadmap on like the code, and you can follow that. So like if you have a list of numbers, if you have a list of numbers and a single number, you check that the numbers in the list. If you cannot do this, then you're cooked. Don't know what to tell you. We've got my Leetcode roadmap here. So can you do like these basic problems? So this is like a basic graph problem, another graph problem, some like not graph problem, we got some problems. We got some problems with the screen, but it's all good. Or some array problems, new Leetcode premium, which I had in the past, but not now. But can you do like these basic coding problems and just get the patterns down? It's only like 70 problems ish that you can practice. And then which I'm trying to document with my Leetcode roadmap, which is like, it's literally just every problem that I've solved. That's it. Like I literally took the HTML from this on all my Leetcode problems, all the runtime errors, all the wrong answers, cleaned up and only got the accepted ones, and then slapped them up here. But so if you just want to follow literally my journey, like that's what you're doing with it. So that's how you pass the coding rounds. I also have other videos on it. You can check it out on the channel if you do want to, but I go way more in depth into coding stuff. And then storytelling rounds. So most software engineers, this is where like if it has to do with people, like software engineers really fail at it, the average. So like the bar is very, very low when it comes to social skills, when it comes to communication skills and doing that kind of stuff. But how you tell the story also matters. You need to pre-plan your stories because there's only going to be a certain amount that they're going to tell you. So pre-plan them. Look up the most common software engineering interview questions online or something. Yeah, or basically what we want to do is we just want to practice and really get through them. And then because there's no reason for you to start like just winging it on the interview. Like please don't do that. Like you should actually have a story. You should actually know the questions that they're going to ask you. And there's only like 10 of them. So if you just look them up online, you'll get them. There's maybe 15 of them, but just know the answers to them because there's only so much that they can ask you. There's no reason for you to wing it. And if you wing it, like if I'm giving a presentation in class, imagine I'm giving a presentation in class in college, or imagine you were giving a presentation in college and in high school. Well, when like the people who did the best, I don't know if you've noticed this, but like there were like several types of people who would actually give their presentation. There are people who would take out a notebook and they would just read the card and they would like not, look at anybody and they would just like read off the card. There are people who would wing it. So they would, sit up there, no cards, no preparation. They would kind of just like go about it. And there was people who like memorized and like prepped and like they really like rehearsed and everything. So you could see them, before the presentation, they're like sitting there rehearsing what they're going to say. These people always did the best. They always sounded the best because they just practiced it. It flowed and it sounded very good. And so this is what I want you guys to do for your behavioral stories. That's actually probably the biggest unlock that I could give you. And then are you passing the object-oriented programming and high-level system design? So this one, I have like 4 hours of video just going over this stuff, high-level system design. OOP is just like design patterns. So I would just look those up, ask ChatGPT and play around with that because the bar again is very low, I think, on this one. But anyways, again, I don't want to go over this high-level design stuff, but like if we were to just go over just, kind of whatever down here, study the patterns, learn scalability, learn distributed systems, study real-world problems. I have videos on it again, like 3-hour videos, whatever on it. Hello Interview has it, Go has it. So, but you just need to learn actual real systems and like just regurgitate and rehearse them. That's all it is. So cool. Again, hopefully this makes sense for you guys. Hopefully this is like as simple as possible. This is actually the roadmap. This is actually what you need to do. Are you getting interviews? If you can't get interviews, you're stuck here. Are you passing the HR screen? Okay, we need to fix that. Are you passing the coding rounds? Okay, you need to fix that. And then like this is actually getting a job. It's like fixing all of these things. And you spend years doing it, you spend months doing it, whatever. But yeah. So we'll see you guys in another video. If you want to check out if you're stuck on the coding rounds, check out my other Leetcode videos. If you're stuck on the system design rounds, I've got system design videos. Like if you're stuck on like getting interviews, I also have videos on those. So hopefully this really, really clears it out. This is just like my general approach to it. Like if I was trying to get a job right now, I would just go to a tech conference. Or actually, I also make videos too. So I also can build in public and I would just message my friends and say, hey, can I get a referral? So, but either of these work. I'll see you guys in another video. Hopefully this answers your questions. You can let me know in the comments. I'll check them out and respond. Peace.